Hi, so now we are going to creating a file. So we open the terminal. First we have to mention VI because we want to use VI. Option we put, let's say we put Linux document file name .txt. So there we can see a new file created. After that, we want to put some input. We just okay. Before that, at the left side there is a command and description for text input. But how to put text input here? We just have to press I. Then just put any input that we want. For example, okay, can you see? Hope this helped.
Okay, so now we'll continue with the cursor movement part 1. We'll start off with the H command. Alright, it will move us to the previous character. Okay, so let's say we're currently at the letter D here, the character D here. So if we press H, we'll go to N and then A. And now L, it will take us to the next character. It means it'll go forward. And we have K. It will move to the previous line, so we're currently at the last line. So if we press K, we'll be at the line before it, and the previous line and the previous line. Alright, so if we press J, it will take us to the next line, so we'll go downward, J, okay, like that. Next, command B will take us to the previous word, so we're currently at gran here. So if we press B, it'll take us to the previous word. W, it'll take us to the next word. We'll go forward. If we press the command E, it'll take us to the end of the word. So we're currently at O. If we press E, it'll take us to G. Alright, so if we press capital H, the beginning should be my M there. If we press capital, so it'll take us to the middle line here. If we press capital L, it'll take us to the last line here. So next, moving on to the next command, the upward symbol. So if we press that, thread here, we're at H. If we press that, it'll take us to the beginning of the line, which is holding H. Press the dollar sign. So we're currently at holding at this first letter here. So if we press the dollar sign, it'll take us to comma. So the open bracket. So let's say we're currently at the last sentence, the word happy here. So if we execute the open bracket, it'll take us to the beginning of the previous sentence. So closing bracket will move us to the beginning of the next sentence. So let's say we're at the last character, the full stop here of the first sentence, but second line. So if we close the bracket, it'll take us to the beginning of our next sentence. If we press close bracket again, it'll take us to the beginning of another sentence.
Let us proceed to save and exit command. As you can see in the terminal, there are some text written already in the file. Now, we are going to save it. Before that, we need to make sure that we click on escape key. And we can see that on the bottom left, it changed from insert to nothing. And we can see our cursor went back 1. To save the file, we type in :W and then hit enter. Make sure it is lowercase. So now we can see it says down here test.txt. We can also save this into a different file. First, we just need to type :W and followed by name of the new file we want to save as and then hit enter. See, it is shown down here. Say that we want to save all the changes that we have made and quit the file at once. Then simply type :WQ and see that it went back to the main page of the terminal. If we just want to quit without saving the changes that we have made, simply hit on :Q and exclamation mark. It will not change the progress and just quit the VI editor at once. Now, let us move to delete command. After hitting escape button, simply hit X and it will show that the character which the cursor is holding will be deleted. The next command is to delete a word. First, we make sure the cursor is at the first letter of the word that we want to delete. So I move the cursor to letter A and hit DW. See, the word is deleted. To delete the whole line, same as before, move the cursor to the first letter of the line that we want to delete and hit double D, which is DD. To delete the last line of the screen, we just need to hit D button followed by caps lock L. It will delete the last line of the text. Next, let's move on to delete the previous character. See that the cursor is at letter O, so we will delete the letter W beside it. To do this, click X, which is uppercase, and it will delete the previous character. We are going to delete the entire file that we have created. Then hit D followed by caps lock G. See that now the file is already empty.
So let's continue with, let's say if we accidentally delete any character, like we simply click the U, command is U. So there you go. We're gonna undo all the changes made to the current line. We simply click the capital U. If we're gonna find the word kite, so there you go, we find the word kite. So if we find the word kite, backward direction, let's say kite. We're gonna hit enter and next and next. So find the word backward. So next is if we're gonna repeat the previous search. So it's gonna just find the word kite there. And let's see if we're gonna ignore the case of the word. We have to set to ignore case. So let's say if we're gonna find the word mine. So let's say, look at that, we find the word mine. We just ignore the case. And if we're gonna repeat the previous search in the opposite direction, we use capital N, which is the word kite was our previous search.
So let me continue for find and replace part. By using one single command, we can search or find a word and then we can actually replace it. So let's try to do that. For example, I want to replace I with she. So I put :S/I/she. So we can see here on this line, I has been replaced by she. We can also find and replace string with another string from a specific line. For instance, I want to find my and replace with her from line 4 to line 6 in the file. So for that, we put here colon, then the starting line which is 4, comma, then 6 which is the ending line, /my/her/g, then enter. So all my in the line 4 until line 6 will be changed to her. So how about if we want to find and replace the string in the entire file? So for that, we put here colon and the %s here, and then put a / and here we write the word that we want to find. Let's say I want to find kite and I want to replace this kite with, let's say, kites. Okay, so we put a / then kites/g. So as we can see here, all the kite in the entire file have been replaced to kites. To replace string every occurrence in the file but want to ask for confirmation first, the command is the same like the previous one but just add C at the end of the command. For example, we replace kites to kite back, so we put colon %s/kites/kite/gc. So it will ask some option. If yes, just click Y, then enter. Many word processors allow us to copy and paste lines of text. The VI command mode equivalent of copy paste is yank and put. For example, I want to copy line 6, then I will just type YY. To paste, we have two options, either using small p or capital P. Small p is used if we want to paste the text after cursor position, while capital P is used if we want to paste the text before cursor position. So here I will use small p so the text will be put below the lines. So how about if we want to display file name and number of lines in the current file? We can just press Ctrl G. So the file name and number of lines in this file will be shown.